No, I am not casing any houses. I live here. I am working on my phone, making sure that it records. I don't see anything wrong with what I'm doing. I'm on public property. I
But
haven't
you're
done
also,
anything illegal.
Okay. So
Okay.
when you cause concern to other people, that's breach of peace, which is a criminal act, which now makes an investigation that you are a suspect for. So when you do not provide ID, that's called interfering, which is another charge.
Again, like I said, I don't understand how a constitutionally protected activity becomes breach
I
of peace.
explained it to you. I explained it very easily to you.
That's not the definition of breach of peace. Breach of peace is bring a decibel level
Cause an alarm to others.
Cause of alarm, that's not my issue. The suspicious person, somebody thinks that I'm
You're
suspicious. That's
no
not illegal.
longer.
That's not a
You
charge.
don't want to provide ID, so I don't know if you live here. I don't know whose house you're taking a picture of. I don't know anything. How do I know you don't have a warrant out for your arrest?
No, I don't have a warrant out for my arrest.
I know that?
Because I don't engage in criminal activities.
I don't know that.
I understand.
I just tried. We went over Terry versus Ohio, and what a Terry stop is, and what.
Teaching them the laws.
Well, he told me he's aware, but he just doesn't want to identify.
What's up, everybody? It's Danny from the Constitution State here today. I hope everybody's having a good day. Today's video takes place right here in Connecticut, and it involves Connecticut Constitutional Television. I have no idea who this guy is. I've never seen him, but I stumbled across this video and I thought there was a lot here coming from the camera guy and the police. This is the East Hartford Police Department, so this must have taken place in East Hartford as usual, which was weird because this guy was a real channel, it looks like, instead of just a random person just posting one police interaction. There's no information in the description. I don't understand why people do not add the information to the description. How are people supposed to complain or redress their grievances? How are they supposed to even know where these bad cops are and who to look out for? I think it's kind of counterproductive. And he said, is this really breach of peace? Question mark. He pretty much admits in the video that he doesn't really know what breach of peace is. My advice to anybody, if you're going to go out filming, know the basic laws that they're charging everybody with all the time, so you're prepared. Breach of peace is one of the most used and abused, along with interfering in Connecticut, to abuse citizens in Connecticut. Not just people that film, everybody. And this one has to do with Terry v. Ohio. As we know, most Connecticut cops don't even understand what a Terry stop is. And it's clear that they're not teaching it or teaching it correctly in training in these departments. They can't fit it all in 3 months, 6 months. They can't understand it. And I don't get what the point of not identifying was. To give up his address like they can't figure out who he is by that. And then allow them to go knock on the door and question your mother-in-law. As we see most of the time, other people just give up people's names.
Doing anything.
I understand. No, I am not casing any houses. I live here. I am working on my phone, making sure that it records. I don't see anything wrong with what I'm doing. I'm on public property. I haven't done anything illegal.
Okay. So
Okay.
when you cause concern to other people, that's breach of peace, which is a criminal act, which now makes an investigation that you are a suspect for. So when you do not provide ID, that's called interfering, which is another charge.
I understand this, but is not breach of peace.
ID?
Yes, I do. I do have ID,
Okay,
just
can
not
I
on me
please
at the
have
moment.
it?
No, I don't have ID on me at the moment.
What is your name?
I don't understand why. I'm not doing anything illegal, and I don't understand how this is breach of peace. I'm not being loud. I'm not being belligerent. I'm not disturbing anybody.
You are disturbing people because we got a call regarding you.
Well, I understand.
So you understand it's breach of peace.
No, I don't understand how it's breach of peace if I'm not disturbing anyone. I mean, if somebody call, I appreciate the fact that they called us, suspicious person, suspicious activity.
So
I do appreciate
how do we know
that.
you are who you say you are?
I never said I was anybody. I just said that I live here, and this is. You can knock on the door right now.
And who's
My mother-in-law's in the house right now, and she's babysitting. I also have the key to the house. I don't have any weapons on me. I have no ill will, no ill intent. But I live here.
Well, we could have been probably gone about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Worked with us.
But
I'm gonna go knock on the door.
yeah, knock all you like. I am just doing a constitutionally protected activity, and I'm not breaking any laws. So I don't see the issue with me identifying myself. That door doesn't open. You're going to have to go through the side, sir. Thank you. And what's your name and badge number, please?
Wise 332. You can put it right on the video.
I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Put it right on the video.
It's facing upward. I can't see it. Wise? And badge number?
332.
Thank you for staying professional. Again, like I said, I don't understand how a constitutionally protected activity becomes breach
I
of peace.
explained it to you. I explained it very easily to you.
I don't. That's not the definition of breach of peace. Breach of peace is bring a decibel
Cause
level
an alarm
to
to others. That's
cause of
straight
alarm.
up-
That's not my issue. The suspicious person. Somebody thinks that I'm
You're
suspicious.
suspicious.
That's not
no
illegal.
longer.
That's
But
not
then
a
you
charge.
don't want to provide ID, so I don't know if you live here. I don't know whose house you're taking a picture of. I don't know anything. You are a suspect at this time.
I understand this.
Okay.
Can you tell them no? Could they leave me alone, please? Thank you.
I don't know why you're making it
No
so
le diga mi
difficult.
nombre. No le diga mi nombre. Gracias.
How do I know you don't have a warrant out for your arrest?
No, I don't have a warrant out for my
How do
arrest.
I know that?
Because I don't engage in criminal activities.
I don't know that.
I understand. Again, nothing illegal what I'm doing. And I will be getting information to see what breach of peace is. Because I have your badge, name and badge number. I'm going to get his. This is, he's a K9 unit, number 777ZMF. And we have another cruiser here. I would like to get his name. This is the cruiser right here, 127EH.
Who's the registered owner?
I'm sorry?
Maria who? Do you have a phone number for the complainant?
May I? Rivera?
Yep.
And badge number?
312.
Thank you very much. Thank you for staying professional.
I'm not a complainant.
Let's hop out of the middle of the road.
Sorry, I do not like people standing behind me.
Well, I don't want you in the road, so
Okay,
I'm in the
I'm
road.
right here. The car's in the way. I don't like people standing behind me.
So you do understand why we're stopping you?
No, I totally, like I said, I live here. If I saw somebody suspicious, I'd probably call them myself.
So you're well versed in constitutional law and whatnot.
Constitutional rights, yes. And
Do you know what a Terry stop is?
yes, Terry versus Ohio, yes.
What is?
To have probable cause, to
What
be
would-
able to,
So what would be our probable cause?
you would have to be able to articulate a reasonable, articulable suspicion that a crime has been committed, is about to be committed, or is in the process of being committed.
So what was our initial complaint?
I have no idea.
The initial complaint was neighbors are concerned because the gentleman wearing all black was walking around up and down the street with his phone. We weren't here, so we're going by what other people call
I understand.
taking photos.
Okay.
So they were concerned that, like I said, there may be casing a house, or like she said, they could be
No,
casing a house.
I-
They're concerned that they're going to be burglarized, robbed. Yeah, who knows why? But they
I
called.
understand
So
100%.
what's our job as police officers when we come here?
Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, and uphold the law.
No, in this case specifically, what's our job?
I have no idea.
To locate the person they're talking about, right?
Okay.
And then to what?
Make contact.
And
Do your investigation.
which includes what? Doing what?
asking questions. I know you're you're dying for me to tell you to identify me, but
Yeah.
I've done nothing illegal for me to have to identify me. I've done nothing at all.
So I
I'm
guess
just
we're talking in circles.
No.
I mean, I explained to you the process.
no. I like I
leading
said, I
up
do
to
understand.
what it is. Okay.
Yeah, I do understand.
I just tried. We went over Terry versus Ohio, and what a Terry stop is, and what.
Teaching them the laws.
Well, he told me he's aware, but he just doesn't want to identify himself.
I don't see what the issue is if I'm not doing anything illegal or
Okay,
wrong.
Go ahead. Next time I'm going to ask for a complainant, which then will in turn lead to an arrest. As for today, there is no complainant, so you are free to go.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you for being professional. I appreciate that. Goes a long way.
So we'll go over this first real quick just so everybody understands. In June 1968, the United States Supreme Court affirmed the conviction and set a precedent that allows police officers to interrogate and frisk suspicious individuals without probable cause for an arrest, providing that the officer can articulate a reasonable basis for the stop and frisk. Significantly, Terry does not provide blanket authority to intrude on an individual's right to be left alone, nor does it allow such intrusion based on a police officer's inarticulate hunch that a crime is about to occur or is in progress. However, it does radically expand police authority to investigate crimes where there is a reasonable basis for suspicion. And as a lot of people think throughout the history of policing, this was the beginning of the end. Because just like every other thing, police significantly abuse this and are rarely held accountable for it. Most officers don't even understand what this means. As we've seen in Connecticut, most officers will whine Terry v. Ohio in situations like this where it doesn't even apply. They got a call, which it appears like was from a random person, an anonymous call, which is not reasonable suspicion, which is not probable cause, but yet they show up and they think they can detain people because of Terry v. Ohio. And it's pathetic that officers don't understand something this simple, this easy. And I think it really highlights the lack of training, the level of intelligence of the people we're hiring. And I've done a lot of looking into 911 calls and if they can count as reasonable suspicion or probable cause. A 911 call can potentially constitute reasonable suspicion for police to detain someone, but not every call will be enough. It depends on the details provided by the caller, including the level of specificity and credibility to establish reasonable basis for suspecting criminal activity. And this highlights police in Connecticut and what they do. Why did they not go talk to the caller? Was it because it was an anonymous call? They never say it, but they say they can't get in touch with them. I'm sure if they left their name and number, you'd be able to get in touch with them. And when they arrived, they saw nothing suspicious, even if he was taking pictures. That's not suspicious. Basically, what this dumb blonde cop is saying is that anybody can call 911, and as long as they say they're annoyed or alarmed, the cops are going to show up. And now they're suddenly a suspect of what? Hurting feelings? This is not America, people. We lost this country a long time ago. We are not free. There's nothing free about us, and they show it to us on a daily basis. Like, how can you have idiots running around pretending to enforce laws that they don't even know? It's a breach of peace. Terry v. Ohio, as long as I say it, it's true. That's what we're dealing with. Straight speds. And the problem is it doesn't really matter what the laws are, what the Constitution says, or any of that. We're playing against a stacked deck. Even when the cops are 100% wrong, the courts still back them. But this is what this pig-tailed pig said. Oh, they're alarmed. How do you know they're alarmed? Did you even go talk to them? Did you investigate? No, you literally took what a random call said and then ran up on this guy and acted like straight thugs. How do I know you don't have warrants? Doesn't really matter, does it? If you want to know, get what you need to get my ID instead of whining and lying, making things up, just hoping I'll hand it over. A random call backed by nothing is not a reason to identify. And instead of going and informing the complainant or the caller of what they're doing so there is no concern, they just further harass the guy doing nothing wrong. These retards believe every call, every time, no matter what. You know why? Because it generates the most revenue. Their business is arresting people for money. That's what they do. They're not out there helping the community, and that's a fact. Call them when you see a public servant do something wrong. Call them when you see a cop breaking the law. See if they come arrest them. They won't. Let me know what you guys think. I just thought this was a good video to show because it shows things on both sides, and it shows why not to answer questions. Don't answer their questions. Don't even talk to them. If you're not going to ID, stick to that. Don't give them all the things to identify you. The point of not identifying is so that they don't get your identity. Giving them your address is basically IDing without handing over your ID. They're going to find out. I can't say I expect much more out of East Hartford Police Department. As we see, all the police departments in our cities are horrible. And just like the rest of the state, they have really low standards on who they hire. This shows that they don't know what a Terry stop is. They don't know these basic laws they pretend to run around and enforce. And they don't care to know them because either way, it's not going to affect them. But let me know what you guys think about this. Leave it in the comments and we'll talk about it.